Besides the Eagles, the NFC East teams are all a bunch of morons. Dallas still stinks. You been doing kick Dingbat here. I got finished streaming the Eagles live practice and I had to do a video. This is an appreciation of the Eagles, Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman. Because when you look at the rest of the NFC East, they're all a bunch of dopes, dingbats, morons, okay? They're dumb. How do these teams even function? How do the people within the front office, how do they even have a job, okay? All three teams, not just Washington, Dallas, but also the Giants. You can't forget what the Giants did last year. Now you're saying, what the hell are you talking about? What are you going in on? What are you talking about? Let's start with this. Let's start with the breaking news today that people are talking about, right? Diana Rossini wrote this. And this was during my live stream. This is hilarious. Breaking. The Micah Parsons Cowboys relationship has deteriorated to the point where the star pass rusher is considering drastic measures, which could include a trade request or even a declaration that he is severing his relationship with the team, per multiple league sources familiar with the situation. Two sides remain far apart heading into the second week of training camp and are not negotiating. Now, whether they trade him or not, who cares? How could a team that is supposed to try to win Super Bowls, how could you even get to this point, right? For example, Jordan Davis, the Eagles just picked up his option year. That means right now they've got like a 2-year window to negotiate a contract with him. They've had 2 years to get something done with Micah Parsons, who's top 5 defensive player in the league. All right? And they're not even negotiating with him. He might ask for a trade request. I don't think they're going to trade him, but if they do, it would be hilarious. There's nothing more. For me, this is like peak beauty. I love this, because I know for the next 2 days, I'm going to get Mark Holmes videos of him having meltdowns. That's it. This is done enough. Right? But how stupid can you be? All right? Seriously, you've got to appreciate Jeffrey Lurie. You've got to appreciate Howie Roseman. We don't allow these things to happen. Okay? I mean, the Eagles, they let $35 million dead money hit for 1 year. They took it. They ate it. It was like total of $60-something million, 1 year dead hit to get rid of Carson Wentz. Okay? So that they could get Jalen Hurts to be their quarterback. That's how the Eagles operate. They don't have holdouts. They don't have these things. They're already gearing up. As soon as Jalen Carter is ready for an extension, it's going to get it. It's going to get it. But these stupid teams like Dallas and Washington, they're morons, okay? Look at Washington. Let me introduce you to Washington's number 1 receiver. All right? Debo, I ate too much like Philly 500 Samuel. Look at this fat mother humper. That's the guy that you're worried that Ringo can't cover? Get out of here. Q could cover him with his eyes closed. All right? And why do I bring it up? Because Terry McLaurin is now requesting a trade from Washington. How do you get in a situation where you didn't pay this guy a few years ago? Terry McLaurin was with Washington through all the bad years, all the dark years. He was the only bright spot they had. Yet, they thanked him by telling him, oh, you're almost 30 years old. We don't want to pay you big money because of your age. Meanwhile, half their roster is like all 30-year-olds. They had no problem going out and getting guys in their 30s this offseason. I mean, it's crazy. And then you can't forget the Giants. Giant fans think that they're not involved in this, but they are. Because in the history of the game of the NFL, the greatest all-time stupid decision is to allow Saquon Barkley to go from New York to Philly. They had their dumb GM on Hard Knocks, the all-season version, telling people all over the place, oh, he's lost some speed and he ain't the same guy and this and that. What a moron. What a moron. And then you let Saquon Barkley go to Philly, and he wins a Super Bowl and goes for over 2,000 yards. It's crazy. These NFC East teams are stupid. They're dumb. All right, the Eagles run circles around these guys. Giants think, oh, we're back. We got Russell Wilson. Yeah, get a wheelchair and a little gray cane, and you can go out there and maybe throw a few footballs. These teams are stupid. I don't know which one is dumber. Well, probably Dallas. Well, the Giants. I mean, the Giants actually, they got to the point of no return, right? They let Barkley go, but at least he was a free agent. I mean, how could you have Micah Parsons? Seriously, how can you have him be in a situation where he's in the last year of his contract? He's in camp. Why did Micah even show up for camp? He did it out of good faith. He did it trying to do the right thing. He's trying to do the right thing. I can't kill Parsons for that. He showed up at camp. He's there. Even McLaurin showed up at camp. But Parsons is in his prime. Parsons hasn't even entered his prime. And you're in this situation. Even if nothing happens or Dallas signs him to contract, the damage is done. The damage is done because what Dallas is showing the rest of the league and players, who will be free agents in the future, players coming out of the draft. You don't want to go to Dallas because if you go to Dallas, you've got to deal with this bullshit. They deal with it with Dak, they deal with it with CeeDee Lamb, and they deal with Parsons. Now, I don't say that as somebody who's trying to give Dallas good advice. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Me, I'm looking at it and going, thank God Jeffrey Lurie's our owner. Thank God. As I said in my live video earlier today, Howie Roseman would never have the success he has with any other owner in the NFL because you have to have an owner who's willing to take hits, spend money, lose money at times, like when they had to trade Wentz and there was a $35 million dead cap hit, which was like the most the Eagles paid. Actually, I think it was more than that. They set a record for the most dead money hit in 1 year, but they did it to get the team moving forward because it's about winning. The Eagles want to win. These other teams don't want to win. Dallas doesn't want to win. Why would you stick with a quarterback who chokes for 10 years and keep him if you want to win? If you want to win, at some point, you can look at a guy and you say, that dude ain't ever winning a Super Bowl. That dude ain't got it. For whatever reason, he can have all the numbers during the regular season, but he doesn't have it. And you keep him. Because you don't care if you win or not. That's why. Washington, they taste the playoffs for the first time. They get the NFC Championship game. And then now they can't even pay their wide receiver. You know what I mean? And then they go get Debo at Fat Camp. If they really wanted to win, you go out and you get DK Metcalf. Not Debo Samuel. But that's the thing. The Eagles, we run this division. We own this division. This is our division the next 20 years. Because these teams function like I can't say it because it's not a nice word, but it's my favorite word, but I can't say it. Because they're stupid. That's the truth. I love this. This is wonderful to me. I don't even care. Here's the thing. I don't even care if McLaurin signs tomorrow. I don't care if Parsons signs today. The damage is done. Your team stink. Okay? The Giants, they think they've rebounded from the Saquon Bar. Every time I talk to a Giant fan, the Barkley stuff is over with. It's over with. No, it's not. It's historical. It will live in infamy. It will be in every top 10 dumbest plan or dumbest thing a team has ever done. It will always be number one. It will always be number one because your team stinks. I love everything that is happening so far. Now, I had to do this. It's a little extra video. I will have my camp basically recap a little later today, but I gotta go to work. So I'm gonna get out of here, but keep doing what you're doing, Washington. Keep doing what you're doing, Giants. Keep doing what you're doing, Jerry Jones. 15,000 453 years old. It's his birthday today. He's 15,435, 44, whatever. He keeps getting older every second. You know, they say time speeds up as you get older. He's 15,565. It's hard to be 15,566 years old. But happy birthday to him. Keep doing what you're doing. Because, we love it. We love it here in Philly. Bunch of dopes. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's Howie Vision, baby. We're all just living in it. Here you go. Dak's greatest accomplishment in the NFL. Riding the horsey. Ride that horsey, Dak. Ride that horsey, Red. Ride that horsey. Ride that horsey. Right to another playoff loss. Denzel Washington. Ow. Dak's all, folks.
The brother screwed us.